All right, just finished up here at Lake Oahe. Gonna give you the Elite tools, show you everything I caught them on here at Lake Oahe. Ended up in 48th place after 2 days. That's right, I missed it by one place. 47 fish the third day. So I was 2 ounces short of the cut, really close. I had limits both days. First day I had 9:15. Second day I had 12:10. It fell just a little bit short. Very disappointing. I had the fish on that would have put me in, but I wasn't able to get that fish in the boat. That happens sometimes. I caught all brown fish, all smallmouth. I used basically 2 baits. The majority of the fish came on 1 bait, and that was something I figured out the third day of practice. They'd kind of changed up a little bit. They'd been eating a drop shot pretty good, but it seemed like they were starting to shy off of it. I was throwing at some fish on the live scope, and they weren't committing to it. So I changed up a little bit and went to a Nico or Neko rig, however you want to say it. I went to one of those, and it seemed like more of those fish were getting the bait. And then so that's exactly what I ended up catching. Almost every single way fish the first day was on this Missile Baits Quiver 4.5. This is Hillbilly Magic, this color right here. It's called Hillbilly Magic. It's 4.5 inches, and I had a 3/16 ounce sinker, Neko sinker. It's the one from Missile Baits. It just stays in there pretty good, but that's what it looks like. That's the 3/16. Yeah, I was fishing 20 to 25 feet of water mostly, but I was having that in there. I used a Gamakatsu 1/0 G Finesse drop shot hook. That is the deal right there. That is absolutely money, that little hook. And I had that just harpooned right in the side of it. I messed around with the little saddle, the VMC crossover ring, and I felt like what would happen when I would hook it this way is that almost every single time the worm ended up sliding way up my line. So the worm would be dangling way up there, and then the fish would have nothing but the hook in its mouth. That's what I ended up. I had it on 8-pound. Sunline Sniper was my leader. Had about a 20-foot leader. Here's the leader. FC Sniper is what I had it on the leader. Had that on 12-pound Sunline X Plasma braid, that bright green, and then I had a Daiwa ballistic 3000 size reel, and then of course the Cashin Icon John Cruz drop shot rod. That is the money setup, not only for the drop shot but also for the Neko rig. And the reason I like it is because when you throw it out there, you're fishing it the same way that you pretty much fish a drop shot. You're going to have your rod tip up, and you're just going to be making little light shakes with that worm. And you're just gonna barely be moving it. Sometimes I'll rip it, I'll reel up my slack and then rip it up and then let that thing fall back down. That a lot of times that will trigger the fish to bite it as well. But that was my main setup. And then on day 2, it was really windy. Wind was really blowing. Ended up catching some on that. I mixed up some other baits. I caught some on some little small swim baits and chatterbait. But those were all small fish. No, I did not catch a single decent fish doing that. I caught a couple decent ones on a drop shot, but it was really the same setup that we had with the Neko. Just had a drop shot version of it. And then I caught a big 4-pounder, and I wish I had gone to it sooner. And that's right, my friend, your friend, well, it might not be your friend, but definitely my friend, Mr. Ball and Chain. There it is right there. Ball and Chain had a 3/4 ounce tungsten sinker. I'm a big fan of the tungsten sinker. And then I had, this is the lead. This is my backup. I broke it off right at the end of the day, the actual one I was throwing. Had a 8mm glass bead on there, and then I had one of these little Carolina clackers to protect the knot. Spro power swivel, that is a big deal. 20-pound Sunline shooter on that main line. 14-pound Sunline shooter on the leader. Leader's about 3 feet long. On the business end of it, almost exclusively, I throw the Missile Baits Baby Destroyer. I'll either throw GP3, which is what this right here is, but yesterday in day 2, that 4-pounder that I caught, key fish, almost got me in there. That was on green pumpkin flash. So I like those two colors the most. And then I had a 3/0 Gamakatsu offset shank round bend worm hook. There's about 3 different hooks that I would use on a Carolina rig in a tournament. There's a bunch of different ones. This is a tried and true. It's one of my good friends, that 3/0 offset shank round bend worm hook from Gamakatsu. And then, like I said, this is GP3. I was using GP flash. That's green pumpkin flash. I thought I had a bag of it handy to show you. Oh, here it is. That's exactly what I was throwing in the tournament. That's the GP flash. Love that. If the light conditions are a little bit low, I will throw that GP flash. It's got that silver hologram flake in it, but it looks gold when it's embedded into the green pumpkin. So that's what I throw when the light conditions are a little bit lower, like we had yesterday. Today it's more sunny. I would probably be going with the GP3 today when you're in that clear water. But that was really the deal. I mean, those two baits almost made me fish day 3 here at Lake Oahe. I did awful the first time we came here. Did much better, but this close. I feel like that I could have built on what I learned and done a little bit better the next day. But that's not the way it worked out here at Oahe. Now we're going straight over to La Crosse. We're gonna go over there and be getting after it here pretty soon. So in about a week, you'll be getting another one of these, hopefully with an even better tournament result. So I appreciate everybody watching. If you have any questions about the sunline I was using, the casting rods, or anything else, any suggestions on maybe what I should have been throwing, drop it down there in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, thank you guys for watching.